here she is. Allison Zangle is apparently that she's going to wear a dress where someone can project pictures of her.
I never thought we'd see the day, but here we are. U.S. homeowners, presumably
U.S. homo what?
liberals, are now taking in and housing illegal aliens in their own homes.
Oh my God. What? Yeah, you mean like Melania Trump's housekeeper, or?
To say this is shocking might be an understatement.
It is shocking. It's shocking. So let me get this straight. And I don't know if I know the details of this story, but if I get lost, please bring me back home. But so you're talking about, obviously talking about rich people employing undocumented people as nannies and servants and stuff like that, like, because I've heard of that, I suppose.
But before we elaborate on this further, let's take a quick walk down memory lane and look back to the year 2023, when Massachusetts officials initially began requesting that residents shelter illegals in their homes.
So they asked. So this isn't like a violation of the Fourth Amendment or anything.
Importantly, if you have an extra room or suite in your home.
A suite. I have a suite in my home. It's wrapped in little plastic, and I'd eat them right before go to bed night.
Home, please consider hosting a family.
I do not have a suite in my home. I do not. And as a matter of fact, I have to say, if I had a suite in my home, I wouldn't know it, because I would call it a spare bedroom, and I would feel like an asshole if I went, "This is the suite. This is the spare suite. We have a spare suite. We have."
Safe housing and shelter is our most pressing need. Become a sponsor family. You can contact the Brazilian Worker Center for more information on how you can step up if you're willing to have.
A Brazilian? Is that how many people have come across the border? Oh my God. How are we going to handle that many?
An additional family be part of your family. If you're a local official, a college president, a business owner, or a faith leader with an available building or space in your community, please work with us to offer it as a shelter site. If you're a social service provider, please.
Does anybody think this had to do with like fucking snow and cold and winter? Winter, I think.
Consider becoming an emergency assistance homeless shelter provider. Our resources are stretched thin there as well.
Oh, I see. So those are for Americans. I see. Yeah, right. This is for refugees. Exactly. Jesus.
And if you're a hotel or a motel owner.
Well, I'm not an owner, but I know my way around one.
Consider opening it up for emergency assistance.
I've said that in a motel. Does that count?
If you're a landlord or a property owner, we can use you too, and connect you.
I feel used already.
With service providers to help transition families into permanent housing.
Ugh. And you want to participate in taking these people off the street and being part of what transitions them into permanent housing in America? America? I'm fed up, man. I'm sick of you. America?
Everyone has something they can offer.
And some of us have more than most. Hello? Tan leather jacket and a La Brea Tar Pits shirt. And, no, I'm not wearing pants. Well, otherwise you wouldn't know I have a lot to offer. Yes, I know technically it's not tar. Right, it's asphalt. Yeah, but La Brea Asphalt Pits that's what it should say, because that's asphalt's natural. Tar is made. It's a product of. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Can we get back to the fact that I'm not wearing pants? Thank you. Hello? I can't hear them over the breathing.
Oh, everyone has something they can offer, do they?
Yeah. Like, this guy offered this guy a flight. I'm not talking about breasts. That was weird.
Well, then why don't those government bureaucrats move the aliens into their own fenced ivory towers?
I don't know about you, but I could tell that most of those government officials that were speaking at that little thing, being local officials, don't live in ivory towers. Most of them look like they shop at fucking Ross, I'm going to say.
Gee, I wonder how many of them asking this of citizens have opened their doors to the aliens.
The aliens. I like her use of that word. I don't know why it's her fixation, but I'm fucking for it.
I'm going to go out on the limb and say probably none. The hypocrisy is utterly nauseating.
Maybe it was just the food they serve at OAN. Do you ever think about that? I mean, don't get me wrong. I obviously, and by the way, I guess you can go out on a limb when you're dressed like a leaf.
But what's even more baffling is the fact that Massachusetts residents have actually now volunteered to.
These motherfuckers. Probably a bunch of churchgoers. Jesus.
Willingly
What the fuck?
accommodate these criminal invaders.
Oh my God. Now, they're obviously asylum seekers and refugees and people like that. They've been through the process already because they're not the people. They didn't just, you don't just storm across the border and end up in fucking Massachusetts. There's a long distance.
Take a look.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't.
Oh, refugees? Excuse me. These aren't refugees. These are aliens. Okay? What happens when they get a new dose of Jabrokar? Then what? Don't believe me? Ask San Francisco. Or as I like to call him, Stangia Sorens.
Don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
¿Te gusta la ocupación?
Sí. In fact, her goal is to open up her own restaurant.
Quiero tener mi propio
Ugh. She's gonna come up here with all that spicy food. No wonder Allison's got an upset stomach. She can't eat that shit. Do you have anything, have you ever tried Wonder Bread stuffing inside a bread turkey? It's a fabulous dish that requires no cooking whatsoever.
The couple has their work permits and they've been taking English classes.
They have work permits. They are taking English classes. That dude's listening right now. He's listening to English for non-native speakers.
Cualquier trabajo va a hacer para guardar mi dinero para hacer mi futuro.
They're open to work anywhere to save money for their future. In the meantime,
Jesus, who are these leeches? Fucking coming in here, cooking, cleaning, trying to get a job. What the fuck? Who are these people? No wonder she uses the word alien.
Meantime, they're enjoying their time with Lisa, their new friend for
Who wouldn't?
life, and their daughter's new grandmother.
Se abuela mi niña. Sí.
They are hardworking. They want to learn. They want to be successful. And I feel great helping, and I get to understand the refugee crisis from the inside.
Gosh, well, isn't she just so stunning and so brave?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I gotta say, I almost went somewhere. I'm not going. I'm just gonna stay right here. Yes. She is taking into refugees who qualified as refugees, who are studying English, have work permits, and are getting jobs, and want to open a restaurant and be entrepreneurial in the great country of America, which I'm maybe you're familiar with. I don't know. Meanwhile, you support Donald Trump, who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 2 decades.
My goodness.
I don't think you have any goodness, so that seems like a curse.
Isn't it absolutely incredible?
Who are you looking at? This is what's incredible. What? Eyes up, lady. I'm a human being, okay? Stop. Huh? I know my face isn't, what you're used to. But, and I know it's amazing, and I know I didn't wear pants to work today. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is you have a little fucking respect. Or you're going to get handled. All right.
Liberals have successfully found a way to bring back slavery and make it woke.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. I think the biggest one being is that apparently this asshole thinks that slaves worked for free room and board until they could start their own business. What the ever loving shit.
Imagine virtue signaling this hard, being so eager to jump on the current thing bandwagon that you actually think this is somehow a good idea.
Here's what I think is weird. Whatever the fuck you're looking at, what you're on. Who the fuck taught you how to broadcast? Greg Kelly? Jesus Christ. At least we know why he's looking down. Reading is difficult. You can obviously read. Are they just dicking with you? Did your teleprompter fall off the mount and is now laying on the floor 12 feet away? I mean, kudos on you for still being able to read it as it goes by, but what the fuck?
You know, it's awfully reminiscent of those who blindly followed orders during the scamdemic just so they could show the world how wonderful of a person they were.
Have you ever thought of fucking Glenn Beck? Because I feel like you guys would have the most sarcastic baby in the world.
Simply because they were dumb enough to wear a face diaper and voluntarily injected themselves with an experimental DNA-altering poison shot.
Well, all right. Well, at least she's not beating around the bush. I thought we were coming in for a soft landing there, but apparently she's rounded the corner on woke slavery and has decided to come in on the, I guess, the great replacement theory of DNA. Yeah, that's just everything. She's just, I got to give her credit for like crowbarring every fucking QAnon thought into one segment.
Come to think of it, are these aliens tested for disease and vaccinated before they enter a citizen's home?
Yeah, most of the time.
Or is it only American citizens who are required to adhere to draconian vaccine mandates?
I don't know what OAN makes you do, ma'am. Also, explain to me why you want children dying of measles and whooping cough.
But of course, the absent-minded masses are void of any logical or critical thinking skills that would prompt one to question the absurdity of what's going on. The sheer idiocy that comes from these brainwashed leftist progressives.
Psst. Camera's right there. It's right there, dum-dum. Here's your big shot. You've got all your talking points memorized. It's muscle memory at this point because it certainly isn't the old-fashioned kind of brain work. And you got your shot. These people they're hanging on your every word, and you're apparently staring at the cameraman's crotch.
Of zombies never ceases to amaze me. However, this loony liberal lady wasn't the only one who's fallen for the latest trap.
The latest trap.
Another couple out of Massachusetts has also volunteered to open their home for an illegal family of 4. Check
Well, it sounds like they're not illegal then.
it out.
Oh, that's the angle? That's why she calls it Allison's angle. Allison's angle is, I do the report while looking at the floor. Eye contact. It's what the man wants.
Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family. It took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
Excellent.
She's on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories.
No, I beg to differ.
What do you mean, beg to differ? But why is it? Okay, well, I'll wait till she finishes the thought.
Boggles the mind that people like you continue voting for the incompetent fools that allowed this to happen.
Well, the people have always taken in refugees and sponsored families.
The only reason there are so many hundreds of those stories, as he mentioned, is because we are witnessing the intentional destruction of our nation.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so the browning of America. Gotcha.
From the inside out.
Okay, ma'am. You can't complain about the destruction of something from the inside out with that much lip filler. It's not. You're not. That's. I gotta say, you're disqualified. We have a flag on the play. You can't roll with those kind of like puffed up lips and talk about like the worst thing is these aren't even real Americans. Okay, they're not real. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The best is yet to. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Don't these people get it yet? I guess not.
For all our viewers asking.
That was great. Thank you, Allison. That was amazing. It was like a sardine can full of bigotry and bullshit. You just peeled it back and go, oh, I didn't realize these things could spoil, but apparently they can. Trash. Postmates. All right. It's a Postmates night again. The food we've got in the fridge is rotten. Allison's angle. With a little lemon. Thanks, CSL. He provided me with that one because that was special. That clip was special. And I gotta say, if Tucker Carlson wasn't already married, I think we found a lady for him.